weather patterns, climate change, and local impacts. Weather patterns are rarely static. They're complex systems driven by atmospheric pressure, temperature differences, and the Earth's rotation. Broadly, we experience these as predictable cycles like seasonal changes, warm summers due to increased solar radiation, and cold winters as our hemisphere tilts away from the sun. However, within those seasons exist more localized patterns. For example, coastal regions often benefit from sea breezes created by temperature contrasts between land and water, while inland areas can experience continental climates with greater extremes of hot and cold. Air masses, large bodies of air with consistent characteristics, move across continents, bringing different types of weather. A polar air mass will deliver frigid temperatures, whereas a tropical air mass brings warmth and humidity. These interactions create fronts, boundaries between air masses, resulting in phenomena like thunderstorms, rain showers, or even blizzards. Climate change is fundamentally altering these established patterns. While natural variability always exists, the current rate of warming is unprecedented, primarily due to increased greenhouse gas emissions from human activities such as burning fossil fuels and deforestation. These gases trap heat within the atmosphere, leading to a gradual increase in global average temperatures. This isn't simply about warmer days. It's about destabilizing the entire climate system. We are seeing shifts in jet stream behavior, high-altitude winds that steer weather systems, causing weather patterns to become more persistent and extreme. This means longer droughts in some areas, heavier rainfall events in others, and an increased frequency of intense storms. The effects of these changes are already being felt locally, and the specific impacts vary significantly depending on geographic location. In many regions, we're observing a rise in average temperatures alongside more frequent heat waves, posing risks to vulnerable populations like the elderly and those with pre-existing health conditions. Changes in precipitation patterns can lead to both increased flooding due to heavier downpours and prolonged droughts impacting agriculture and water resources. Furthermore, altered growing seasons are disrupting ecosystems, affecting plant life and animal migration patterns. Coastal communities face a particularly acute threat from rising sea levels caused by thermal expansion of warming water and melting glaciers, leading to erosion and increased risk of storm surges. A direct cause and effect relationship can be observed in our area with the increasing intensity of summer storms. Historically, we experienced occasional severe thunderstorms. However, warmer temperatures provide more moisture to the atmosphere, fueling these storms with greater energy. This results in heavier rainfall within a shorter time frame, overwhelming drainage systems, and causing localized flooding. Similarly, prolonged periods of dry weather are becoming more common, directly linked to shifts in jet stream patterns that divert rain-bearing systems away from our region. The effect is evident in declining river levels, stressed agricultural lands, and an increased risk of wildfires during the drier months. Understanding these interconnected relationships between global climate change, shifting weather patterns, and local impacts is crucial for effective adaptation and mitigation strategies. Investing in infrastructure improvements like upgraded drainage systems and water conservation measures can help communities cope with more extreme events. Reducing our carbon footprint through transitioning to renewable energy sources and sustainable land management practices are essential steps towards slowing the rate of climate change and protecting our environment for future generations. Ignoring these changes will only exacerbate the risks and lead to increasingly severe consequences for local ecosystems and human populations. Questions. Circle T if you believe the statement is true, and F if you believe it is false. 1. Weather patterns are entirely predictable and unchanging over time. 2. The primary driver of current climate change is natural variability in Earth's orbit around the Sun. 3. Greenhouse gases trap heat within the atmosphere, contributing to global warming. 4. A polar air mass typically brings warm and humid conditions. 5. The jet stream plays a role in steering weather systems across continents. 6. Rising sea levels are solely caused by increased rainfall globally. 7. Altered growing seasons have no impact on animal migration patterns. 8. Increased frequency of heat waves poses a risk primarily to healthy, active individuals. 9. A direct cause and effect relationship can be established between warmer temperatures and the intensity of summer storms. 10. Investing in renewable energy sources is considered a mitigation strategy for climate change.